Okay, over here is a simple case study analogy, all right? It's a case study analogy to let us further understand the idea of how a business articulate the order to cash process. All right, order to cash process. Order to cash process can be as can be as simple, not easier, can be as simple as the shop over here. Can you see this shop over here? This is the seller, and this is the item that they sell. This person sells, which is coffee. All right. You can see that they are small entrepreneur selling coffee drinks, maybe beside the shop, all right, or in the market, all right, in the market, or in the pasar malam. You know pasar malam, right? The night market, all right, where you can purchase some drinks from that. And over here we got two customers, all right, two customers over here. They are happy customer, and they are with the cash over here. So over here I want to illustrate to you a simple analogy of what happened in the market, right? In the place where you purchase the coffee. So very simple. This customer just come to this seller and ask for want to buy, right? They just go to the store, in front of the store, they just say they want to buy the coffee, right? Coffee, then they just make the coffee and give it to the customer, and the customer give this cash to the seller. This is a simple illustration of order to cash, all right? Or what we call the revenue cycle. Revenue cycle means how you earn money, right? The order to cash. Is it clear? This is a simple analogy of the process. Right, very simple, right? And then the second customer come, then this guy, of course, go here, and this coffee go to this guy, and they are happy and they walk away. And that's it, right? That's it. It's a simple process. And what happened over here is we can say it is a simple process, and usually these people, they don't record the sales, right? They don't record the sales unless you pay them through the e-wallet now, right? Now they have e-wallet with them, and then they got the record from there. However, how they know how much they earn? They know how much they earn by checking their petty cash, all right? About their petty cash, they say, I earn this much. That will be my total sales for the day. Is it fine? We are looking at the sales perspective, right? And these are the cash I received. These are my total earning for the day. So these are the simple illustration of a small business. But we look at this illustration over here. We can highlight over here is the step number 1 is customer order, right? Customer order. Step number 1, customer order, come in front of the seller. Then number 2, the seller / the company, shouldn't say company lah, seller. Seller do what? Seller serve, right? Seller serve. Seller give lah, right? Seller give, not give. Give means for free. You give for free, alright? Seller sell, alright? Seller sell the coffee, alright? It means they pack the coffee and they give it to the customer, right? Over here, interestingly, over here, from the coffee itself, all right, there's another process that involved in this coffee, which is the production process, all right? They're going to, this customer going to produce this coffee unless he or she straight away purchase the coffee ready-made. But even purchase the coffee ready-made, it depends whether they should repack it or not, right? Or what kind of process that you will go through. But usually we'll see that they make in a big container, right? They will make the coffee in a big container, for example, right? Do they do that? No, right? They usually do the, what is that? The syrup, right? They do the syrup in the big container, right? They do the syrup in the big container, and then from the big container, they serve the customer one by one. And over there is the conversion process, right? There's a conversion cycle. And what is interesting that we'll see later on is you have to include the costing as well. All right, how are you going to cost your product? But that is by itself another chapter, right? Over here, I like to end over here with the third one, which is the customer pays or pay? Pay. You know S, right? No S. Pay or pay? Pays, right? With the S, right? Because customer. So very simple. This process is very simple, right? Order, get the product, pay. Is there any document over here? Document, right? Document. Am I spelling correct? Document, right? Is there any document over here? In a small business, usually we don't have any documents, right? In a small business, do you go and ask the seller, can you give me a receipt? Can you give me an invoice? Usually they don't have that, right? Can you give me the order number? Don't have, right? So usually over here in a small business environment, it's not applicable, right? This is how it starts, right? So over here is another analogy. This is when the seller convert his or her shop into a cafe. All right. When he or she convert it into a cafe, it means everything with a proper system, with a proper AIS system. AIS is a system, all right? Accounting Information System. Don't say that twice. With AIS, right? With the AIS in place, we can see that there's the changes over here. Can you? Can I illustrate to you over here? Okay, you can see that this is the customers with S means multiple customer. So what happened over here in this analogy is that, let me just circle, this is case 2, alright? This analogy is that this customer come into this shop, and before you can even go in to get your coffee, alright, you will go into the order panel, right? There will be like a panel for you to self-service panel, right? Then the self-service panel, you will place your order. Is it fine? You place your order, you select whatever drinks you want, and you might also select customization, say that you want more ice or less ice, you want more sugar or less sugar. These are all the steps when you go into detail. Later when we learn about documentation, right? Documentation, we can see how the data flow from top level, which is just straight away order, to receive the goods and payment, to into deep detail where during the order, the person can customize whatever product that they want. So over here, the customer order this coffee, he or she can select accordingly, and if it allows the QR, then he or she can straight away pay immediately, right? Can pay immediately, and then you will get yourself the number, right? You will get yourself order number. Is it familiar? Are you familiar with this thing? Right, have you all went to Zeus Coffee, right? Zeus Coffee over there. Do you all drink coffee or you all prefer tea? I can hear coffee. Coffee, right? Either way, you will scan your QR, pay, or if you don't have the QR, you can go to the counter, you can pay the counter cash, right? And once already kicked in the cash, right? Once your order is being called, you will be served with the coffee. All right, and then that's it. A cafe business is as simple as that, right? So, what is the changes over here? Is there any changes over here? So we start with number 1. Customer order, right? Is it the same? The customer start with ordering. Then when you come to number 2, the customer will get the option to pay, right? Option to choose to pay. Either pay by QR or cash. Pay by QR or cash. Alright? And if pay by cash, you have to go to the counter. If pay by QR, immediate, right? You can immediately pay using the QR. And number 3, you will receive customer, right? Just say customer receive their coffee over here. Okay. So, what is the thing that I highlight over here is more or less the process flow is the same, right? But there's something different over here. What are the differences over here you can highlight? Probably is the more process, right? The process is more systematic. Is it? You have like over here, customer 2 come in, while customer first one order, but you actually give to the customer 2 first. Customer 1 will become not happy, right? Will become not happy. Alright, this will cause some problem to the business. But let us not touch on that much, because what is your level of understanding is you just want to understand that there is a flow. And the flow always go back to the idea of ordering, then you receive your product, then you do payment. Is that clear? But the highlight over here is actually on the document. Documents, alright? Customer order itself, you will get the sales order, right? When you click inside the panel, you get a sales order, and this sales order might be the receipt as well, right? It might be combined with the receipt. It might also be the invoice as well. You can say that these 3 things combined into one for this business. But it might not be the receipt if you haven't paid yet. So if you haven't paid yet, you will just get the order number, right? Order number, and you will bring the order number to the counter to pay. Can you see? So in this business, there are 2 processes now. There are 2 processes in capturing the sales for this business. Can you see that? But both process will collide or combine when it comes to the part of this one, right? When customer go and collect the coffee, all right? It cannot be like because they order here, they will not receive the coffee or they receive certain thing different, all right? You got what I'm trying to say? There will be two channels of way that the customer can order. All right. Okay. These two simple illustration, these two simple analogy of sales process. All right. What happened when you went to a shop to order something? All right. Is it clear? All right. Is it clear? I hope it's clear. Then we come down over here.